Each of us sees hundreds of advertisements every day on TV, while walking downtown, on social media platforms, or sometimes we even get a knock on our door from a salesperson selling something like a water filtration system. Companies use lots of different methods to promote their products and services. Now let's look in detail at these methods companies use to promote their products. If you remember, we talked about the 4P concept in marketing in one of the previous videos. One element of the 4P concept was promotion. As we can see from the examples at the beginning of the video, there are different methods of product promotion. Normally, most people refer to anything related to company promotion as advertising. In fact, advertising is just a branch of promotion, which is an element of the 4P concept in marketing. That is, neither marketing nor promotion means advertising. Advertising itself is just one element in overall marketing. A company's promotion of itself on different channels in different ways, with messages that support each other, is called a promotional mix. But what is general promotion, and what does it involve? Generally, promotion includes advertising, public relations, direct marketing, and sales promotion. Thus, companies can prepare the optimal promotional mix by creating the right combination of these four tools. In general, the purpose of these four elements is to differentiate from competitors, position in the market, increase sales, or create an image by conveying the benefits and features of the product or service to potential customers. Designing an effective promotional mix is a very important and complex process for any successful company's marketing strategy. It's complicated because the mentioned four communication tools work differently for each company. At the same time, organizing the right combination of these four elements is a separate difficulty. In this regard, companies should determine the right mix of the four communication tools that works best for them. In this case, the right promotional mix will vary depending on the sphere in which the company operates and customer groups. We may have the best product in the world, but if we don't promote that product properly, then the product will fail, and we won't make sales. A business without sales is a business without income. If a company has no income, then how will the salaries of employees of departments such as human resources, administration, finance, call center, and so on be paid? Now let's talk about what the four elements of the promotional mix are individually and how they can be useful. The first element of the promotional mix we're talking about is advertising. This includes the advertisements we see daily on TV, radio, social media, newspapers, magazines, etc. Building relationships with customers through advertising and product promotion is just one element of the promotional mix. The next element of the promotional mix, direct marketing, is easily understood from the example of the water filter company that we mentioned at the beginning of the video. So the representative of the water filter company goes to homes and tries to promote their product. This type of promotion is the direct marketing method. In this case, sales are made directly without paying for any advertising. This kind of product promotion doesn't only take place physically, in meetings with potential customers. Another example of this is representatives making cold calls to potential customers and presenting their products. The last element is promoting and increasing sales of the product through sales promotion. This approach is explained as follows. For example, you can see that in one of the markets, the second package is offered at a 50% discount to the buyer of 1 kilogram of flour. This sales stimulation is a short-term stimulation of sales with certain discounts, for example, holiday discounts and coupons. A coupon here means that, for example, after you shop at a clothing store, you're given a 10% discount coupon for your next purchase. In this case, the company doesn't spend any money on an advertisement or media organization. Suppose, for example, a store that sells electronic products offers discounts for Christmas, and not only to people who enter the store, but at the same time, to large audiences with a paid advertisement on Facebook or on some TV channel. This company is using the synthesis of several elements of the promotion mix. Anyone who owns a business may ask the question, how can I create an effective promotional mix for my business? So there's no special formula that all companies should use. Each business has its own sector, different customer base, and character. But by following the steps we're about to give you, every business can build the promotion mix that's suitable for itself. To be practical, let's use these steps on a real business case. Let's imagine that an interior design company wants to build a suitable promotional mix for itself. The first step here, of course, will be the definition of the right target audience. In our example, let's say that the target customer group of the interior design company is newlyweds, or the heads of newly established companies. They have to design new offices for themselves. We've identified roughly 2 target groups for interior design companies here. If we don't know which target group to deliver our promotional messages to, then we can fail by sending the message to the wrong target audience. As a quick note, we already have several videos on our channel about choosing the right target audience. I'll post the link to those videos below this video. In the second step, in general, we need to determine what our promotional goal is. For example, in the example of the interior design company, we need to know the purpose of our promotional campaign to select target groups. That is, the purpose of this campaign may be to increase sales, or if the company is not known in the market, it may simply create awareness about the brand, or be aimed at the image of the company. After determining the target audience and goals, in the third step, we need to know how much budget to allocate to this promotional campaign. Of course, if the company is new to the market, then advertising costs will be focused on image, awareness, and sales. Naturally, in this case, the promotional cost will be high. In the following periods, the company's awareness expenses will begin to decrease relatively and will focus mainly on sales. As for the fourth step, we need to know on which platforms we'll make the promotional message for this company. So you need to know if the target audience of this company is on Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok. Visually, for an interior design company, there can be both advertisements on Instagram and meetings with construction companies using direct marketing. Because construction companies can refer customers to interior design companies within the framework of cooperation, at the same time, some blogs about the company can be written and published on some related websites for awareness. This will be a simple PR for the company. Of course, by increasing the budget, we can also increase the scale of promotion. In the fifth step, we need to define the content that will be used for that promotion. For example, in the case of an interior design company, this awareness might include pictures or short videos of some of the houses the company has designed. Here, the main point is that we should choose the right, concise message, knowing the target groups we're addressing. For example, if the target is newlyweds, the houses we advertise should be designed to suit them. In the sixth step, the prepared promotion plan should be implemented. The effectiveness of each promotional element and channel should be tested and measured. Let's say that the interior design company's ads on Instagram are more effective, and other channels are weak and aren't increasing sales. In that case, the investment in Instagram should be increased, and the investment in other channels should be reduced. In addition, the promotional mix, or in other words, the promotional combination, in different channels should support each other. That is, advertisements on different channels should not contradict each other. For example, let's say that an interior design company advertises itself as a low-budget company in one ad, but in another ad or promotional tool, it advertises itself as a premium company. In this case, there will be a contradiction. The same person who sees the 2 different ads will be confused and distrust the company. In conclusion, it can be emphasized that an optimal promotional mix is very important for companies to get maximum results with less budget. By determining these steps, we'll know which elements of the promotional mix to use. Here, each tool has its own limitations and costs. Therefore, these points should be taken into account in advance. When we have the right mix of promotional tools, our overall marketing strategy will be more effective and cost-effective, achieving both long-term and short-term goals.